Hello. So I don't know about you, but sometimes in the living of my life, I have gotten God so very wrong. I have painted him out to be this villain, really. And only later in the living of life and looking back do I see how he actually wasn't the villain at all, but he was the hero coming in to save the day. But in my present circumstance, when I was still in the middle of that heartbreaking season, it looked like he was either, if not doing this to me, at least letting it happen. But he just told me the other day, like, even when you get me all wrong, April, I'm still gonna make it right in your life because I'm just that good. And he reminded me of the story of Naomi, and it's in the book of Ruth in the Bible if you want to go read all about it. And she lost everything. First her beloved husband, and then her two beloved sons. And she wasn't even in her land with her people, with her family. She was in a foreign place that they had gone to get away from the famine. But in the middle of all of this, when she feels stripped of everything that she loved, she painted God out to be the villain of her story. She said, like, you have made my life bitter. She said to have everybody call her even Mara, because no more did she want to go by Naomi, which meant sweet, but she wanted to go by Mara, which meant bitter, because she said the Lord had made her life bitter. But even when she painted him as the villain of her story, he didn't agree. And he also didn't just bash her over the head and say, that's it, she has a bad opinion of me, I'm over and done. No, he just let her keep walking out her story and seeing through his faithfulness that he was good and kind, and he was her superhero all along. Friend, just like Naomi, your story is far from over. It might be the hard part right now. It might be that part where everything seems stripped away. But Naomi's story wasn't over. God gave her a wonderful, amazing story where her latter days, I do believe, were better than her former days, because she got the desires of her heart, that God, in fact, worked it out so that Ruth, her daughter-in-law, stuck by her, and through her, Naomi actually got a beautiful, amazing grandson who happened to be the lineage in which Jesus came from. It's so amazing and wonderful, isn't it, how God orchestrates these things. But Naomi, when she was in the middle of that, she didn't understand it. All she saw was the bad. All she saw was the stripping. All she saw was what she thought taking. She couldn't see the end from the beginning or the middle like God could. But he was faithful and he was kind through it all. He didn't just snap his finger and be like, I'm done with her. She has me all wrong and that's it. He just lovingly showed her how much he loved her and how good he was. And that, yeah, she did have him all wrong when she painted him as the villain of her story, but that he loved her still. And that one day she was going to have a huge smile on her face when she once more praised his wonderful, glorious name. Friend, your story too is far from over. God's not mad at you. He's not saying, well, you painted me as a villain, now it's through. He is just going to prove to you again and again and again his faithfulness, his love, his loving kindness. He has good in store for you, and I do decree and declare that your latter days are going to be so much better than your former days. There is still amazing, wonderful possibilities and adventures yet to be, friends. Wait and you'll see. God, he loves you. And he's not playing about you. He's going to bring this thing about. And you're going to have, just like Naomi, an epic turnaround story. When all hope seemed lost, God, he still had a plan. I love you, friend. Hope you have a great day.